All right, so this is part two. This is part two of the COVID diaries. And once again, your name, ma'am?
Tammy needs.
Tammy. Yeah, that's right. So Tammy and I'm Gregory. Okay, and Tammy and I are talking about. We're talking about. Well, God, you're from. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
And so Tammy, you got cancer, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, and you're saying that you're not going to get any treatment around here because of the doctors around here, or the fact that
Because my boyfriend that I lived with for 17 years had cancer, and he kept going to the doctors around here, and they told him, his family doctor told him that he wouldn't treat him. He had porphyria, and they didn't know what that really was, so they sent him to the cancer doctor. He told him he wouldn't give him any pain medicine.
And you were pissed about that. So let's get pissed together. I mean, seriously, let's do this thing, man. Because
Well, I got pissed because
I mean, why not?
he was crying, and a grown man usually don't cry.
Right.
He only had 10% of his heart working. He had a defibrillator in. A grown man is not going to sit and cry with pain.
You said that stuff went down to his bone, right?
Yeah,
He had what disease? A vampire disease? You're saying you
he
had
had
vampire
porphyria.
disease?
Porphyria. It is where it eats ulcer sores out. When you get out in the sun, it puts blisters on you. The blisters bust, and it eats ulcers out into your skin. And he lost movement. He couldn't even wear Levi's no more.
Wow.
I had to buy him jogging breeches. I had to put his shoes on him. He lost movement of his hands.
And so what did Kentucky, or what did this place around here? What was their attitude about that? Was it empathetic? I mean, did they?
They didn't care. His family doctor didn't care. So he sent him to a cancer doctor. When he sent him to the cancer doctor, Dr. Bailey was the only one that really cared.
And what did he try to do to help?
He actually, when we first went to him, he asked him, why was he sent there? And he says, well, really, I don't know. Well, I'm the vocal one. So I spoke up, and I said, because the doctor don't give a shit.
Right.
And I said, he's hurting, he's in pain. I said, and he hurts plumb to the bone, and his doctor won't give him anything for pain. He says, well, let me run some tests and see what's going on.
So let's talk about you for a second. You have stomach cancer, and you have gotten no relief from any of these agencies at all?
No.
And marijuana is illegal in this state, is that correct?
Yes.
So Rick Simpson oil normally cures cancer if you don't have any other way to go. But what happens if you get caught with marijuana out here in Kentucky?
You go to jail.
You go to jail. So you're not getting any help from the state. You're probably going to die. And how do you feel about that?
Well, down here the epidemic's so bad that it's the opium epidemic. They don't want to give you anything that can help you. I've got 3 children dead, and I can't even get anything for my nerves. I watched my own man die twice. I can't get anything for my nerves, and it is so sad that somebody that actually needs something can't get what they need.
Yeah, just for your own protection, I guess, huh?
Yeah, for your own protection, but what about your own state of mind or your own health?
Right. No, I get it.
I mean, it ain't right for people that really need it just because we got drug addicts out here. They should do something with the drug addicts and help the people that need it.
Right. No, I get it. It's not fair.
No, it isn't fair.
And you can't make enough money to try to get your own medical treatment, can you?
No.
So the kind of treatment they give you is probably not even good enough for a dog.
No, they put you on Buspar or Wellbutrin or whatever. Try to help you with whatever that, But none of that stuff works either. When you stay up all night long and don't sleep, it gets to you after a while.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it tears you down. It tears you down, and it keeps tearing you down.
And then
you can't do your work anymore. You can't be a grandmother. You can't. And that's why you're worried about your children. Is that right?
I can't function.
And that's the state that we're in right now. And
Yeah.
how long has that been going on for you?
Well, they have cut me off my Klonopin about 9 years ago.
So you've been doing the best you can for 9 years. Now your sons and your daughters, okay, they're in court right now.
That's my son.
Your son is in court.
Now he's just talking to a lawyer. He had a car wreck.
Okay, so he had a car wreck and he's got to talk to a lawyer. I noticed it down the street. All the law offices are open, but everything else is closed. What do you think about that?
Well, the lawyers just got to make the money somehow.
Oh yeah, right.
But everything else, they don't care.
Wow.
I mean, you can't even get your driver's license renewed. I'm driving around with no driver's license because somebody stole mine.
And you can't get the DMV is closed to the public.
Yep, because of the COVID.
But the courts are wide open. The courts are wide open. You can't go in without a mask, right?
Courts ain't open either.
The courts are not open.
No. And if you want to get your vehicle tagged, you got to stand outside and go all the way around after 1 o'clock. They're open from 1 to 3.
So you think they've just shut the government down out here?
Yeah, we live in Hicktown, honey. We all closed up.
Everything's closed out here.
Yeah, but they want to send our kids to school for them to get sick and die. I think they're trying to pick us off one by one to kill us.
That's I think that's a pretty good analogy. I mean, you know what? I'm looking at the school paper. They've got.
They had 19 cases of football students that got sick because the coach went to Florida and come back from Florida
with the COVID.
With the COVID.
Did anybody die?
No, they all got sick, but nobody died.
Isn't that fascinating?
And then that's because they were all healthy. None of them had underlying.
They didn't have
health
issues. They call that comorbidity.
And the only thing is what if one of these little students has heart problems or something?
Right.
And they go to school.
Right.
And they're sick.
Yeah.
And they're at school trying to get an education so they can make something out of themselves, and they get COVID-19 and they die. What good is it going to do for them to be dead and not be able to be? Because
with their families.
Nobody don't know. They haven't lost 3 kids. They don't know what it's like.
You've lost 3 children. My God, that is horrible. That's horrible.
I have got a fear. Nobody knows. It's awful. This state is awful. If they don't control this and figure out a better way for these kids to go to school, because the tablets don't work, because a lot of parents don't know how to read and write down here.
Okay.
So the tablets don't work for a lot of students.
Okay, so basically, what happens when all the kids lose education?
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, that's something for the state of Kentucky to figure out.
Oh, yeah, they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, right. They ain't going to figure out nothing.
Wow. This is really good. Okay, this is part 2. Wow, okay, 12 soul out.